Hello, Ms. Torres. Thank you for meeting with me today. So, I'm going to ask you some questions about you immigrating here to the United States.
Okay.
And yeah. So, what country are you originally from?
I am from Colombia, South America.
Okay. And when did you leave Colombia?
I left Colombia in 2001, May 2001, so it's going to be 14 years.
Okay. And how old were you at this time when you moved here?
35 years old.
Okay. So, why did you end up leaving your country?
I left my country because at that point I have a baby and that was American. I wanted my son to have the option to be with his dad. So for family purposes, the best thing I could do was to come here and start over again and have a family.
So it wasn't because of any certain conditions in your original country.
No.
It was just because of
Family purpose, yes.
purposes.
Yes, wasn't for any violence or guerrilla or anything political or because I didn't have a job. No, I have a job in Colombia. I was a professional in Colombia. I was working fine as a professional in Colombia. So none of those problems I have was just for family purposes.
So was your when you immigrated to the United States, what did you really leave behind in Colombia? Like people or physical things, or what did you leave behind?
Everything, my family. I didn't have anything, fortunately, but I left everything, which is family, and family is really important. But I wanted to provide to my son a family here with his dad.
Hmm.
So all my family is in Colombia, but I came here to this country only with my son and with 2 suitcases. That's it. 35 years of life just in 2 suitcases and start over again.
Interesting. So, when your family in Colombia found out that you were going to immigrate to the United States, how did they react? Were they sad? Were they happy? Could you explain that?
They were sad, of course, because I have to leave them, but they were happy because I start a new life and we have a family, and that is important. Everybody have to be independent, and that was part of my independence to have my own family.
Okay. So, all this family was really important to you, so let's fast forward. So, now in 2015, do you think that you have really started your life over and that it has all been worth it? This whole process and pretty much starting a new life, has it been worth it?
It has been worth it, yes. Especially because my son grew up in this country. I start professionally again, and I am doing fine. Has been really hard, but has been hard in the positive way, not in the negative way. Has been every day is a challenge, but in the good way. I am growing personally, professionally, and I hope the things improve even more. Has been a really slow process, but I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so let's go back now. So you leave the United States. So can you talk a nice amount about the process and the steps that you took to become a U.S. citizen?
Okay, so the process to become a U.S. citizen takes 5 years if it's for marriage, which is my case. So I came here. Um, you became the process, the initially being a temporary resident, that takes about 2 years, and then after 2 or 3 years, and then after that, no, a year, and then after that, I became a permanent resident, and it's 3 more years, so 1 year temporary, 3 years permanent resident, and then in total it's like 4, and then I submit the papers to become a U.S. citizen. It takes a year, the whole process, so in total it's 5 years. And you have to take a test to become a U.S. citizen. It's, for example, who you have to name the amendments, you have to know about the constitutions, American history. So it's around 100 questions you have to learn, but it's not that bad, it's pretty simple. Just in a few words, it's harder to take the test to get the driver license than to pass the test to become a U.S. citizen. So it's not bad. It's really simple, and also you have to demonstrate you still married, and you live with your husband, and they visit you to the house, and it's a bunch of things, a lot of things you have to demonstrate you are doing in the right way. So you have to go with the whole process and doing it the right way. You have to pay your taxes every year. So it's not that bad. It's simple, but you have to be loyal and you have to follow the guidelines.
Okay, so you found out that you were moving to the U.S. So what were your hopes, or what were your hopes for the United States? What did you really hope that would happen in your new life?
My expectations. Okay, my expectations were, for example, number one was professionally advanced, and I got that. I have been advancing. I started with doing an internship professionally, and then I got my regular job with the private sector. And as soon as I became a U.S. citizen, I started working with the U.S. Census Bureau, with the federal government. So I've been in that part professionally has been really positive, and now socially, I don't have too many friends, but my circle has been bigger and bigger, especially for my son's friends and family. I think that is the most positive thing I have in my life. For example, my son's friends are really nice with me, and I really like that one. That is the best part I have, and the families, the parents are really nice with me. So I'm really happy with that. That is made my day every day, and the teachers are really nice too.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop now because that was like